In this video, we're going to explore the Dominican Republic Investor Visa. Whether you're considering investing in the Caribbean for a new lifestyle, business opportunity, residency, or a path to citizenship, this visa can open a lot of doors. So we'll jump into what the Investor Visa is, the benefits, how to apply, the investment requirements, and also the path to citizenship. Let's jump in. Vamos! So what is the Dominican Republic Investor Visa? The Investor Visa, also known as the Visa de Inversionista, allows foreign nationals to live, work, and invest in the Dominican Republic. It's designed to attract foreign investment into the country by offering residency individuals who make qualifying investments. It's one of the more straightforward ways to gain legal residency in the Dominican Republic, and it comes with various benefits, including the option to apply for citizenship down the road. So who should consider the Investor Visa? Well, this visa is perfect for you if you want to make the Dominican Republic your home or second home, if you're looking for opportunities to invest in real estate, business, or other sectors, or you want access to the benefits of Dominican residency and potentially citizenship. So let's get into the requirements. To qualify for the Investor Visa, you need to make a qualifying investment in the Dominican Republic. The minimum investment amount is, drum roll, how much do you think it is? Okay, I'll tell you. It's $200K. You need to invest $200K in the Dominican, and you can do it in various ways. So one is through real estate. One of the most popular options is to purchase real estate. The Dominican Republic actually has a growing real estate market, particularly in Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, and Puerto Plata. So this option is appealing to investors looking for beachfront property, vacation homes, or even Airbnb short-term rental investments, which is pretty common as well. Another one is you can do a business investment. So you can invest in a business, start a company, or expand an existing business within the Dominican Republic. The investment can range across sectors like tourism, agriculture, manufacturing, or services. And then 3, you can do a financial investment. So you can invest in government-approved financial instruments such as government bonds. This option allows you to invest without the need to actively manage real estate or a business. So keep in mind that the investment has to be maintained for a certain period of time, and you'll need to provide evidence of the source of funds. So again, real estate, business investment, or a financial investment. Obviously, a real estate transaction is probably the longest, most drawn out and complicated of the 3. But if you're looking to invest in real estate anyway, you want to buy a second home, or you want to, invest in an Airbnb, well, you might as well get a residency visa along with it. Or the business investment is a little bit more complicated than the financial investment because you'll need to actually spin up a business entity. You'll have to spin up a Dominican company, which is particularly complicated for Americans who have to report their offshore holdings, and any other foreign nationals that have to report offshore companies and stuff like that. So that's something to keep in mind. But the benefit of the business investment structure is that you might be able to pull out your money a little bit earlier, because you might be able to do something like $200K of share capital in the company, but then you can take the money out and kind of get your money back a little quicker. Whereas with the financial investment in the bonds, you're basically tying up your money in the bonds for a multi-year period, because the money's still going to need to be there when you do renewals and so forth in the future. Okay? So let's talk about how to apply for the Dominican Republic Investor Visa, the application process. So step 1 is you got to make the investment, right? You got to make the qualifying investment, whether it's buying property, investing in business, or purchasing bonds. You got to complete the investment before starting the application, because they need to have something to be able to look at and say, okay, he did the intended activity. The next thing you do is require the documents. So you'll need a valid passport. You'll need proof of the investment, like property deeds, business contracts, etc. You'll need a police clearance certificate from your home country. You'll need proof of income and source of funds. You'll need a medical certificate proving good health. And you'll need to fill out a whole bunch of forms related to the visa as well. And of course, MyLatinLife, we can help you with the application. We have a whole team of lawyers in the Dominican, the best in the country, the people that are like really the spearheads of this investor visa program, and the people that really know how to manage this visa in a way where you have a path to citizenship. That's our team. So best way to get started is to book a call with us. There's a link in the description where you can book a call to get the whole process started. Or you could just order the service straight up off our website, MyLatinLife.com. Order your visa assistance if you want to just get going right away. But we typically recommend that you schedule a call first. Next, you'll submit the application. The application is usually submitted at the Dominican consulate in your home country. Okay, so that's actually a big benefit of this program. It's similar to Mexico in that sense, where you apply from the comfort of your own home. You don't go to the country until things are already in motion and you're essentially approved, okay? So this is especially attractive, I think, for families who don't want to uproot the kids. They don't want to take them out of school to go get a residency or something like that. Well, that's the best part about this Dominican visa is you do it from your home country. Just, wire the money, and then complete the application, and you do this all from your home country without having to, book a flight or anything like that. And then the residency approval. So once your application is reviewed and approved, you'll receive temporary residency, which can later be converted to permanent. This process typically takes around 6 to 12 months. So how long does it take to get permanent residency, you're probably asking. So after obtaining temporary residency, you can apply for permanent residency after 1 year. Permanent residency is valid for 4 years and can be renewed and so forth. What about a path to citizenship? So here's where things get exciting. After holding permanent residency for 2 years, you can apply for naturalization and obtain Dominican citizenship. Okay, this opens up even more benefits, including visa-free travel to over 60 countries like Hong Kong, Russia, South American countries, etc. Citizenship gives you full rights as a Dominican national, and you can pass this citizenship on to your children. So Dominican passport is not the best visa-free travel document, I gotta say. They do not have visa-free to Europe, and a lot of key countries are missing, honestly. But it should improve your visa coverage regardless. And it's overall just, there's no downside to having a Dominican passport. It's really only going to help you, especially if it can be obtained with low physical presence. So what are the benefits of the Dominican Republic Investor Visa? One is ease of access. The Dominican Republic is relatively lenient in terms of the investment and the residency requirements compared to other countries in the Caribbean. Another benefit is the tax benefit. So the Dominican Republic has a territorial tax system, meaning that you're only taxed on income generated within the country. Foreign income, such as earnings from salaries and investments abroad, is tax-free. So territorial tax country, much like Paraguay or Panama, Dominican Republic has that, which is hugely attractive. Another one is the low cost of living. So the Dominican Republic is known for its affordable cost of living, particularly compared to the US or Europe. Good coffee, good cigars, low cost of living. A lot to be said for that. Another one is proximity to the US and Canada. So the countries in the Caribbean, and it's really easy to travel to the US, to Canada, and even to Europe. But particularly for the US and Canada, Great plan B in the sense of how close it is. Good place for maybe banking as a business hub, as a lifestyle hub. Maybe you want to be a snowbird and spend your winters there as you work towards citizenship. So the proximity is definitely a key thing because it's a lot closer than Paraguay. Let's put it that way. Another benefit is the investment opportunities. So hugely growing tourism sector, real estate sector. So the Dominican Republic is a very attractive place to invest. And as a citizen or resident, you're going to have a much easier time doing business in the country than someone that's a foreigner, right? So what about downsides to this program? Obviously, this investor visa offers many advantages, including a very unique path to citizenship and permanent residency that's very hard to find these days. A lot of people want to get these second passports and citizenships without spending a lot of time in these countries, but they also don't want to do CBI and drop 200K. And so I think the Dominican Republic really offers a good middle ground there where, you invest some money, but you're going to get it back because you're just investing in bonds or whatever. And you don't have to spend that much time in the country. So if you have the 200K and it's not super, super meaningful for you and you're willing to lock it up for a couple of years, I think it's a really, really good path to permanent residency and citizenship. Or if you want a place to switch your tax residency to and lower your taxes, also huge. But what about the downsides? I was about to mention downsides. So one would be political stability. Like many countries in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic has had its ups and downs politically, so it's wise to keep an eye on local developments. Historically, they've done a pretty good job of having a tight border policy. Obviously, the Dominican Republic shares a border with Haiti, a country that's been a little bit crazy for a number of years, but the Haiti situation has been absolutely crazy for 10 plus years, and it's been like 10 out of 10 crazy, and still the Dominican has managed to kind of keep things under control and keep things stable. So definitely some kudos to the Dominican for managing that crisis pretty well. Another downside might be the healthcare. So the public healthcare might not meet the standards you'd expect. So just keep in mind that if you were to live there a significant portion of the year, you're going to want to have private healthcare and health insurance. Honestly, at this point, for many Canadians and Americans, having Dominican healthcare would still be an upgrade from what they're experiencing in the U.S. and Canada, as long as they get private healthcare and pay cash and everything. So mixed bag there. And then the other downside really is the bureaucracy. So the visa and residency progress can be slow and involves navigating a lot of paperwork and basically just waiting. So patience is essential. This is one of the slower visa programs or residency programs that we're aware of. Uruguay is also known to be slow sometimes. Costa Rica is known to be pretty slow, and Dominican's known to be pretty slow. So I'd say Costa Rica and Dominican are probably like the two slowest programs in Latin America that I'm aware of. But the beauty of the Dominican is that you apply from your home country. So this is just kind of something that's happening in the background, and it's not really taking away from your life. Whereas with Costa Rica, it's a little bit more of an in-person process, a little bit more of an expectation of visiting the country frequently or spending more time there or being there on the ground during parts of the residency process. Whereas Dominican is more hands-off, less physical presence requirements. So while it is slow, at least it's better than Costa Rica and other countries in terms of, not needing too much physical presence. So if you're in a rush, let's do Paraguay, let's do Mexico. If you're willing to wait a bit, I think the Dominican is still a really good option for a lot of people. So in conclusion, is the Dominican Republic Investor Visa right for you? Well, if you're looking for a beautiful Caribbean destination to invest in, enjoy a lower cost of living, work towards permanent residency, and possibly gain citizenship, and lower your taxes as well, the Dominican Republic Investor Visa is a great option. The investment threshold is pretty reasonable. And the fact that you get your money back, it's not a donation, it's just a question of locking up your money for a little bit, reasonable as well. And the path to permanent residency and citizenship is faster than in many other countries. It's actually, at least on paper, one of the fastest paths to citizenship in the world. So if you're ready to make the leap, or if you have more questions, book a call with MyLatinLife, and we'll navigate you through this process. The Dominican Republic process, honestly, it's growing a lot in popularity. It's been around for a long time. It's really been around for like a decade. I feel like it lost popularity recently as programs like Paraguay and a few others gained more popularity recently. But I think Dominican's making a comeback. Honestly, I think it has a lot to offer for the right person. So if you want to learn more, book a call with us, and we can put that Dominican Republic Investor Visa in your hands and put you on a path to permanent residency and citizenship in the Dominican. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos about residency, citizenship, and internationalization in Latin America. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.